Shalom, welcome back to Shmooze Views. It's been a while since we put up a video. Our website's been very active, but haven't had much opportunity to put up a video recently. But we're back to it now. And as you can see from the background, we're set up in a slightly different location. So I want to welcome everyone here to Shmooze Views. And I would also encourage you to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the like button. And also, if you could leave comments, that would be fantastic. If you want to visit our website, I'll have a link to that in the description of this video. Today I want to talk about religion. Is it a good thing or is it a fool's paradise? Religion does have its pros and cons, its supporters and its detractors. I will put before you in this video a list of both, what others have declared concerning it, and my own encapsulation of religion. Religion has been equated as different things to different people, depending on the era and philosophy of those interested enough to look into it. I have endeavored for years to find some positive quotes from famous scholars and leaders in the present and past. I have found few to none that address religion itself, while most were quotes about the beauty and inspiration received by trust in God or the gods. I have not listed them here since they address the benefits of a belief in a supreme being and not the religious apparatus that may have sprung from that belief in an almighty creator. I've used some of my own quotes as it pertains to religion. All religions that have ever come into existence are the creation of man, and not a god or a supreme being. They are humankind's attempt at explaining the unexplainable, to know the unknowable, and peer into the unseeable. Some of the strongest opponents against religion have defined it as follows. Sigmund Freud said religion is comparable to a childhood neurosis. Karl Marx, the father of communism, stated that religion is the opium of the people. It is the sigh of the oppressed creature, the heart of a heartless world, and the soul of a soulless condition. I guess that's sort of a backhanded compliment. Sigmund Freud and others were very negative towards religion. Spinoza, a Jewish philosopher, explained that religion is stabilized superstition. Friedrich Nietzsche grew up in Germany in the 19th century, and as a youth was quite religious with a stern Lutheran upbringing, having been raised by a father who was a Lutheran minister. His father sent him to the University of Bonn, where he studied Christian theology with the intent of following in the footsteps of his father. However, his religious studies eventually made him aware of the philosophy of Arthur Schopenhauer, which led the young genius to become an avowed atheist who came to view all religions, particularly Christianity, as nothing more than a crutch, or as he said, quote, a shield, end quote. It is a shield or crutch that humankind has dressed themselves in order to soothe its sometimes lack of morality. He died of insanity. Perhaps he needed that shield more than he realized. Speaking of Schopenhauer, his view on religion was metaphorical. He stated, religion is the masterpiece of the art of animal training, for it trains people as to how they shall think. All the above paint a pretty sad picture of religion, so let's take a look at a more modern definition of religion to see if any definition can be found. Any redemption, can be found. Merriam-Webster defines religion as a cause, principle, or system of beliefs held to with order and faith. That's pretty innocuous sounding, but adequately defines the basic meaning as understood by most people. So then, if the basic meaning of the word and ideas of religion is kind of banal, why have some of the greatest minds in human history viewed it so negatively? That is a very complicated question. But with just a little research, the truth of those negative concepts presented by all that we just listed can be easily understood. In order to understand the concept of religion, it is important to get a handle on the various religious influences that have made an impact on the lives, cultures, politics, and structures of societies and civilizations over the long term. Starting from the oldest to the newest, those that still remain, that are still continue to make an indelible mark on us all are as follows. Included will be the name of the human being responsible for its creation. I will be using the scholastic dating of BCE, before the Common Era, and CE, Common Era. The first is the oldest, and that is Hinduism. It began circa 4000 BCE with no one established creator. Judaism, circa 1300 to 1400 BCE, established by Moshe or Moses. Buddhism, circa 500 BCE, was founded by Gautama Buddha. Christianity, circa 40 to 50 CE, was established by the Apostle Paul. Islam, created around 570 to 632 CE, is founded by the Prophet Muhammad. Sikhism, created circa 1460 to 1539 CE, is created by Guru Nanak. Mormonism, beginning around 1840 CE, is created by Joseph Smith and was perpetuated by Brigham Young. And finally, Jehovah's Witnesses, circa 1872 CE, founded by Joseph F. Rutherford. While these are the largest continuing religions in our time, the early 21st century CE, there have been many others over the millennia that greatly affected and helped form past civilizations, such as the following. Anism, the worship of Anu, Enlil, and Enki, and a pantheon of gods, is the earliest known civilization of Sumer, located in Mesopotamia in the Middle and Near East. Sumer was the first great post-deluge or post-flood civilization that brought the world agriculture, engineering, mathematics, astronomy, the wheel, politics, and the domestication of animals. The followers of this first established religion attributed their understanding of all these things to be a gift from a group of extraterrestrials they called the Anunnaki, named Anakim in the Hebrew Bible. This was the predominant religion between 10,000 to 4,000 BCE. Hellenism, the Greek contribution to religion, centered on traditions and rituals surrounding a pantheon of gods led by Zeus, the head of all the gods. It sprang up basically as a continuation of Anism, but giving these older gods new names and expanding on their tales and mythos circa 900 BCE to 4 CE, with no known creator, but many attribute it to Homer, which for now is pure speculation. Then we have Romanism, and it is the Roman adaptation of much older religious influences, including Hellenism, which preceded it, as well as Etruscan and other lesser-known religions of the period circa 700 BCE to 313 CE. The influence of Rome on modern-day religion is mostly seen in Roman Catholicism, the largest existing Christian sect. It fully integrated Roman politics and structure when the Roman Emperor Constantine declared Christianity to be a tolerated religion of the Roman Empire circa 313 CE. And he cemented this with the Council of Nicaea in 325 CE. However, it was under Emperor Theodosius Augustus that Christianity was declared to be the Roman Empire's state and only acceptable religion, beginning around 347 to 395 CE. Other important but lesser-known religious influences have been Zoroastrianism, circa 1500 BCE, and was the first religion to introduce the concept of monotheism, the worship of one God. This was followed up with another monotheistic religion in Egypt called Atonism, the worship of one God in the form of the sun, around 1353 BCE, but was short-lived once its creator, the Pharaoh Akhenaten, died. Some believe that these two monotheistic views were the inspiration for Moses, who, according to the Torah, was raised and steeped in the Pharaoh's court of his time, and it led him to rebel against its religious system and ideology. He would have been familiar with both of these older traditions and may have adopted them as a means of freeing some of the like-minded citizens of Egypt from the despotic reign of the Pharaoh of his time. A study of religion must lead us to ask why are any kind of religious system needed within human communities? What possible purpose could such systems serve? Why were they even necessary, and why does it seem human beings are so prone to religious influence over their lives? While those men I quoted at the beginning of this video were overly against religious practice of any kind, surely there must be some positive aspects to such practices, or humans wouldn't be so drawn to its lure. What is it about religion that makes humankind believe they are helpful and necessary? What are the admirable or favorable aspects of religion? Down through the ages, the question has been addressed and goes something like this. Religion offers the individual and society a manual or guidepost on how to live their lives in cooperative harmony. It gives those who practice its tenets stability and purpose. It offers up limits on what society may deem unacceptable behavior, knowing right from wrong. And it is determined by that society. It can unify a civilization for a common purpose, be it social injustice or a good reason to go to war against those who do not hold to that society's brand of religion. These types of arguments for religion hold to the idea that human beings are beyond the ability to govern themselves and need to be controlled by the laws and precepts of that civilization's religious standard of behavior. Humans would run amok, they say, without such guidance as their outer voice, because their outer voice is so loud and their inner voice appears to be non-existent or has very little influence on behavior overall. Are these listed apologetics for religion true? Do they sound reasonable? That is up to the reader of their religious tenets to decide. Now let us look into the negative effects of religion on the individual and society as a whole. Another great mind was Albert Einstein. He queried that if people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. I would have to agree with him. I have studied and participated in various religious forms over my lifetime, traveled across the globe to the Middle East, the Far East, the Indus Valley, Mexico, and the Pacific Islands. I've studied and been a part of several religious traditions, including my birthright religion of Judaism. Christianity in its various forms were a part of my life for 30 years, as was others. I have extensively studied the pages of the Torah, the Tanakh, the Christian Bible, the Hindu Vedic texts, Tibetan rituals, and so forth. What I have found in them all, with perhaps one exception, is that the foundation of every one of these religious traditions is fear. My own Judaic tradition is literally filled with it. The groundling of it, and the others that have sprang from it, is triple-coated with a layer of fear that if one does not follow the statutes and commandments given to us through Moses, then our God will strike us down with a plague, pestilence, exile, famine, and death, or worse. In the Christian religion, the worse is an eternity of hellfire. History has also shown us that instead of unifying us, it is the number one cause of division among us, the other great divider being politics. The past and present are ripe with examples of religion being at the forefront of wars, inquisitions, rapings, pillaging, and the destruction of those who fail to measure up to our particular brand of religious expression. More wars, death, and destruction can be attributed to human beings blindly following their religious beliefs than to any other cause. Countless millions have died as a result of religious urging its followers to murder their fellow human beings because their God told them to. It has been estimated that at least over 195 million people have perished as a result of religious wars, pogroms, Holocaust, and terrorism over the last 2,000 years alone, all in the name of some religious ideology and belief. This doesn't count all the religiously imposed deaths between 10,000 BCE and 1 CE. These numbers are astronomical and is a sad epitaph for religion of any kind. In the name of religion, those who blindly follow their particular brand of it have gone into poverty at the insistence of a religious leader to sell all they have. Many have delayed important and needed medical procedures that would improve their condition and even save their lives because their religion forbids such medical treatment. Ultimately, most religions encourage people to separate from those unlike themselves, which fosters elitism, racism, and bigotry, which, if left unchecked, can create an attitude of superiority and allows for the justification of things like slavery over others not in their religious clan. This allows its followers to feel contempt for their fellow human beings instead of fostering love, cooperation, and tolerance. Is religion a good thing, or is it a fool's paradise? You will need to decide. As for me, as for my house, we view religion as more problematic, and the cons far outweigh the pros. I want to thank you for tuning in today. Continue coming back, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you know when we post a new video. We're happy to be back online with videos again. Once again, if you want to catch up with where we have been in the way of articles and essays and teachings from myself and various rabbis and teachers around the globe, come on over to Shmooze Views. Like I said, the link to our website will be posted, and the link in the description below. Also, we belong to the Locals community. If you would like to join our Shmooze Views community on Locals, I'll have a link for that as well. Until next time, Shalom.